Hello! Welcome to another home tour. Come inside with me. Come. I think one thing that makes you feel spacious is that this is a 4-room flat, but it feels very much like a 5-room flat. Quite interesting, the moment you enter, you'll begin to see that there is this wardrobe out of nowhere here, and the reason is because it's a corridor unit and they want to create some separation so that the people walking past will not get to see everything in the living room. So I think it's a brilliant idea, and it is movable as well. So down the road, if you don't like it, you can always just switch it up or change. Most people actually do a partition, but so I like it that they actually do a movable wardrobe here, and it doubles up as a shoe cabinet as well. So if you come on in, wow! What I like about it is that you're on a 5th floor, but as you can see, the view is amazing because there's so much light that comes in, and look at the windows, it's almost from floor to ceiling, and that's very rare for HDB. Typically HDB is only up to here, like 3/4, or some of those old resale flats, it starts from here. So this is what you get in Punggol over here. So yeah, and what's nice about this view is that you are right above the roof terrace of the shops in front. But don't worry, there's no F&B shops nearby as well, so you don't get the exhaust fumes coming in. Yeah, and then you see some greenery as well, and your neighbors are so far away. So yeah, you have a lot of privacy in this area. So come over to this part with me. This is a very unique part of the living room because, as you can see, there are these 2 beautiful symmetrical lamps here that is super non-Singaporean. So where did it get the inspo from? And this half-brick wall, it's from New York City. Okay, so honestly, that's very cool. Like a lot of people that come in and then they're like, wow, this doesn't even look like Singapore at all. So something very interesting is that these wires that run here all the way down, it actually helps to conceal all your television wires and stuff. And in future, the future buyers that buy this home, if you want to wall mount your television, you can always do so, and then you can run your wires, you can hide it inside here so that it's not unkempt. So yeah, so as you can see, very nice and unique in Singapore. And just something to take note of that what my friends did, who's also the sellers. They added all these very beautiful plants. I have no idea what they're called, but they just add, and they're real by the way, they're not fake plants. So they just add a little touch to it. And then they have this beautiful armchair as well. You can also add in, and then you can speak to your guests. And then when I came over for Chinese New Year, it's quite interesting that this is like an empty space, additional space that they can set up foldable tables and chairs that your additional guests can have steamboat and hot pot as well. They added this little touch here for additional storage as well, but this is also movable. So what you realize throughout this whole home is that everything is movable. They don't like too much of a built-in, so that whoever that's a future buyers or even for themselves, if their family grows, they want to change up things, it's very easy. This is the next room and space of the house. It's supposed to be a bedroom. If you can see the flooring, I just bring attention to the floor. You will see that this is the original tile, and then this is actually the bedroom floor. This is a premium flat, that's why it's actual parquet. So that's pretty interesting. So what they did was they actually knocked down this bedroom wall and they created it into a dining, and therefore you begin to see oh my gosh, this really looks like a party flat. Yeah, and you can see the view is fantastic even as I sit down. You can still see the beautiful greenery view, and look at this fireplace. It really feels like you're in a little bit of a New York townhouse. So it was specifically sourced from China. Haha, it's sourced from China, it's not from New York. Yeah, but my owner really did a fantastic job to kind of decorate this space to be a focal point of the dining area. As you can see, this dining space is suitable for 4 people, but you can always add chairs here and here to put 6. In the future, when your family grows, you can even add a much longer dining table for 8 people in fact. And the perfect thing about this layout like this is that in future, if you do need that additional room, you can actually build back up the partition or a glass partition or an operable wall, or however you want, based on whatever that you want for your future renter. So that's the perfect thing about this, that you have the flexibility to do so. What else? Okay, let's go to the other room. Oh, another wonderful piece of decor that my owner has put in as well. A little spice of coastal, but also New York. You're gonna see this other room very nice turquoisey blue. Okay, but of course you can change up the color if you don't like it. Again, this room has 0 built-in, so everybody work from home nowadays, right? So you can actually just sit out here, work from home. If this is your future baby room, you can always like put a baby cot and it can be a nursery. Or if you really want to build like wardrobe area, typically it's around this area as well. So yeah, you have the full flexibility to do whatever you want. Fake Van Gogh, but also looks like the real thing. A nice touch. Art pieces are always important to spice up the room. Alright, come in here with me. This is actually the common bathroom. First thing that you need to take note of is that the tiles, okay, what's your bubble, is actually from HDB. Yeah, so HDB actually gave all these tiles, which is fantastic because it's very good to work with. And you got it's not those hideous looking ones. And then as you come in, then you're gonna see that my owner actually add these 2 shower screens here, which is good so that it doesn't become like a wet toilet. And they added their own vanity and it's all very well kept. As you can see, there's like 0 mold in the house, which is very, very, very rare to maintain. So they have really maintained it super well. Even like the sink, they especially sourced from like China, but it's so nice. I just always love it. And even this like storage mirror cabinet space. I want to bring your attention to this part, which is originally the HDB, right, will give you those with like a mesh, like a wire mesh, which is super hideous, and I'm always afraid of like insects growing or something from there. So what my owners did, which is fantastic, is that they replaced it with acrylic, and then they added like the light bulbs inside. You can always change it out to LED if you don't like it, but yeah, I love the idea that it adds the additional brightness to this whole common bath. Last thing is your attention to the top. You have this Ariston storage heater, which is very, very important and specifically placed here so that when both toilets are being used for the shower, both of you will enjoy perfectly a perfect temperature, you know, when you shower. Alright, now this is the very interesting part of the master bedroom. I just want to bring your attention to the door. It looks like a wood panel door, right? But it's actually not. If you can see, it's actually a laminate that was pasted over it, but looks like exactly like a wood panel door. So if you're a new home buyer, these are like little design tricks that you can learn from my seller. So come on in. First thing you'll take note of is that you have this little walkway that you will enter into. And it's quite interesting because this is the very first time I've seen such a concept. These are actually IKEA wardrobes. And it's actual wardrobes actually. And so again, it's movable, so if you don't like it, you can move it. But they did this so that they can create a walk-in space to your master. So this concept was brilliant and it's thought by my seller as well. Is that, like, let's say when the wife wakes up and then the husband doesn't want to be disturbed, the wife can just go on behind here and then just open up the wardrobe, go to the toilet, do whatever, while at the same time not disturbing the other partner who is sleeping here. So I love it. It's actually a brilliant idea. And don't worry, the AC is still able to blow like the cold air here as well. So perfect. I like all these like little decor pieces too. Alright, lastly is the master bath. As you come in here, also again, very great white tiles. Actually, in fact, HDB tiles that are given to you are actually very good quality. I just want to burst your bubble, but yeah, keep it if you can. And if you don't like it, you can easily overlay it, so that's fine. And as you come in, I think you come in here, you will get to see, again, they added the shower ledge and also this glass panel here as well. And they have a really huge size window which HDB provides, and then you can actually really ventilate this whole place. That's why there is 0 mold in the house. Again, very interesting looking sink and also like the storage mirror as well. Okay, I don't know what that was. Cool! The kitchen. Okay, just pause here a while. So something very interesting is that if you were to put that wall up again, alright, your dining has to move somewhere, right? So your dining area can possibly shift it over here. And it can easily be like an island. You can move this. You can create an island top here. And yeah, then it leads to your kitchen. So come on in. This part is the most unique part of like any HDB kitchen I've ever seen. They actually created a wet and dry kitchen. So this portion here is the dry kitchen. You can see beautiful, well-maintained quartz countertop, and all these like wardrobe are very well-maintained and soft close as well. If you don't like this color and laminate, you can always change it up, so no issue. But yeah, so this is like your prep area, your breakfast bar area and stuff. And then as you come in, wow, you have this like door here where you can like do heavy cooking inside here. So if you come on in with me, this is super unique. I want to explain properly. So in the past, the original HDB sink used to be here, right? But then what they did was they totally removed it. They did a much bigger stove area, and then they shifted it all the way here. Yeah, so don't worry, all this has been specifically approved by HDB already. But yeah, I love this idea. So you can do your heavy cooking, the smell and the smoke will not like fill your entire house. So, and yet it is still glass, so you do feel that it's still quite open. It's not very like confined. You don't feel too confined and claustrophobic in the space you cook. Yeah, so little things like even have this sauce area. I love like how they thought through like every single corner of the home. And then this part, you do have the washer come dryer. They actually stepped it. If you don't want, you can actually just install like those racks. I forgot what they are called. Steigen. Yes, Steigen racks. And which is the one I use as well. Yeah, because you're on the 5th floor and you may not get a lot of sun coming in, so you may not be able to dry your clothes very naturally. So if you're not a dryer kind of person, you can always like install the Steigen racks and you'll be fine. But yeah, another attention that nobody really talks about when selling a home is actually where your yard area faces. Okay, so it's the pros and cons. This one is facing outside, it's just wall. No sunlight comes in, so that's the con. But the pro is that you feel like you're in a corner unit, even though this is a corridor unit, because typically corridor units, the yard area will face like the corridor literally. But this one is different. This one you have like full privacy. So I see it as a good thing. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this tour, and hopefully there'll be more tours coming up. So if you're a first-time home buyer and you're looking to purchase a place like this, I have helped you to break down specific steps on how to plan your finances, so as to make sure that you don't overstretch it, right? So let's say both of you, fiancé, or both partners, right? And you're able to fit into any one of the HDB schemes that there are right now. Let's say the most common one is the fiancé scheme. So let's say both of you are earning like $3,500 per person and you've worked for about like 3 to 4 years minimally. Let's take an example of 4 years. And so based on that, your current total combined income is $7,000. And let's say your total current ordinary account that both of you have is about, let's say, $40,000 each, right? And then your total ordinary account contribution per month, let's say it's about $780 each, so that will work out to be about $1,560 plus per month. So with all these figures in mind, you just need to put it in a table somewhere, because that's going to help you later on. So let's say you have a budget of about $500,000 for a home like this, but don't worry, I sold way higher than that. But for a home like this, for let's say $500,000 for a 4-room flat in Punggol, alright, there are a couple of HDB grants that will actually help you to lower the price of your home. So if you are looking to set up a family in future and all that, you are eligible for a family grant, which can work up to about $40,000 to $50,000. And if your total combined household income is less than $9,000 per month, you will be eligible for the enhanced CPF grant, which you can get another like $40,000 to $50,000 per month. $40,000 to $50,000 for the grant. And lastly, if you choose to purchase a home that is within 4 kilometers of each one of your parents' place, then you can get the proximity grant, which is up to $20,000 as well. So with all these grants, but of course, these are just grants that I've worked out for my clients who are looking to start a family. But if you are single, if you are marrying a non-citizen spouse, there will be a separate video for that down the road. Okay, so with that, your $500,000, you just minus off all these grants, and then you will have the final home price that you will calculate your loan. So that's about maybe $500,000, you minus off 50K, 50K, 20K, and you are left with $380K. And so with that, the HDB, HLE, you need to have your HDB loan eligibility in place. And with that, let's say you're able to qualify for 85% max HDB loan, which means that your down payment is 15%. 15%. And the good news is that if you take a HDB loan, this 15% down payment can actually be covered by your CPF ordinary account. So that is what it is. And let's say that 15% works out to be about 57,000. So based on that, you also have other hidden fees such as your basic stamp duty fees that will work out to approximately 8 to 10,000. And then you also have HDB legal fees as well, so that works out to be about 1,000 to 1,300 as a one-time off. These stamp duty and legal fees can actually be paid using your CPF. However, please take note that you have to pay in cash first, then later on they will reimburse back to your CPF. And then lastly, you just need to calculate what is the total amount that is required to be used from your CPF. So you take the 50% down payment plus your stamp duty and legal fees, add them all up, it should add up to about $67,900. So as long as your total current ordinary account, which just now I mentioned is about 80,000, then you are safe because it's able to cover this total CPF ordinary account that is required to for the upfront payment. Yeah, and just bear in mind that if you have insufficient in your CPF ordinary account, you will have to top up cash. Not forgetting the agent commission if I'm representing you, and I will be collecting the commission from you as well. So that one will be paid in cash. So all of these are the upfront costs that you will need to take note of. And then I will do the job to work out for you what is your rough monthly mortgage that you need to pay using your HDB loan. And with my app and everything, I've calculated it will work out to be about $1,465 per month. And going back to the very first chart that you did up, your total ordinary account contribution works out to be $1,500 for you and your fiancé or your partner, right? So $1,500 is more than enough to cover your monthly mortgage repayment. So yeah, so that's the good thing about starting from a HDB actually, because you don't really feel the deduction from your cash every month from your salary in a sense to pay your mortgage. It's actually just deducted quietly in the background from your CPF ordinary account. Lastly, you need to bear in mind that when you do sell your flat in the future, all these grants, right, that you thought was free, technically you do have to pay them back, plus the accrued interest of like 2.5, 2.6% back to your CPF. But you don't have to worry because typically I will make sure that your sale price is able to more than enough cover that, and you're able to make some cash proceeds as well from that. Yeah, so that's about it. So I hope this video has been helpful and I'll see you again soon.